from the business side, number one, a lot of times you had to bring the money, where in moto, it's not like that. Your talent, you represent your own talent, and if you're good, you get opportunity. And so it was going more towards, pay to drive when I came into NASCAR. So you got that, right? And then you're at the mercy of whoever your sponsor is and how much money they're willing to spend. And then you have to perform. And then trying to make up for lost seat time and just the unknowing. Again, I don't think that the racecraft part was as tough to learn as number one for trucks is just aero. What aerodynamics is like, and I could go out there and qualify good, especially when I was at KHI racing for you. Like, qualifying was good, especially on the 1.5 mile stuff. But then you get in there in a race situation, and it took me a while to figure out aero. And by the time I figured out the aero and where you needed to be, and most importantly where not to be, by that time it was too late. So those were the two frustrating things. Or for an example, like, I loved Texas and I loved Atlanta. I always did well at those two tracks, and I loved Martinsville. Ran really well there because that was very similar to Supercross. On the gas, off the gas, braking points, things of that nature. Loved it there, and it was as less aero dependent. But when you'd go to that track and you'd get off, you'd unload and you'd be easily top 5, and then you'd go back in the fall and you're driving as hard as you can, and you can barely bust a top 10. That was so weird to me, and it was hard for me to accept that, because I always wanted to take the personal responsibility of hey, I need to be better. I need to be better, when in all reality it was probably just the car or the truck wasn't where it needed to be. Those are tough pills to swallow.